There are three major measures of central tendency. The first is the mean. We generally think of this as the average. The second is called the median. Once the numbers are in order, this is the middle. Think middle of the road on a major highway. It too is called the median. And last but not least is something called the mode, or most frequently occurring. When calculating the mean, there are a few things to keep in the front of your mind. Yes, it's what we normally think of the average. And the words would say add all the values together and divide by the total number in the data set. There are two formulas, depending on whether we're talking about a population or are we talking about a sample. In the former, if we're looking for the population mean, the symbol that you see kind of looks like a Greek E from the Greek housing, means sigma, or add. Add all the x's and divide by n, where n is represented by the number of values that you have. It represents the population. On the other hand, if we're looking at x bar, we will add our sigma, tells us add all the x's, and this time divide by small n. The small n stands for the number in the sample. So we have two formulas that say essentially the same thing. The population, which is divided by everyone, or x bar, the sample, which is all the values added and divided by how many in the sample. So let's try one. We're going to take 63 plus 68 plus 71 plus 67 plus 63 plus 72 plus 66 plus 67 plus 70. Now we don't know if we have a population or a sample, so we're going to divide by how many we have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. My rusty trusty calculator tells me 63 plus 68 plus 71 plus 67 plus 63 plus 72 plus 66 plus 67 plus 70 equals 607. 607 divided by 9 is 67.444. We'll round to one digit more than is originally given. Our mean is 67.4. The next measure of central tendency is the median. It's the middle value. In order to get the middle value, you have to first put the numbers in numerical order. If it's odd, the median is the number in the middle. If it's even, it's the center of the two numbers. First, let's put the numbers in order. Because we have an even number of pieces of data, 8, the median actually falls right between 16 and 17. So we'll take the center, or average, of those two. Our median in this case is not even part of our data set. It's 16 and a half. In this example, we have an odd number of data pieces. So the median is the number in the center. 1, 2, 3, 4. The median is 7. The mode is the data piece that occurs the most frequently. In the first example, we see 67 and 2 67s. The mode here is 67. In the second example, we see 1, 2, 3 51s. The mode is 51. The mode is the data value that occurs the most frequently. In this first example, I see 1 63, 2 63s, but I also see 1 67, 2 67s. This is called bimodal. 63 and 67 represent the mode, the most frequently occurring number. In the next example, I see 1 51, 2 51s, 3 51s. Even though there are a couple of 54s, they don't count because it's the number that occurs the most frequently. And here in the last example, nothing shows up any more than any other. So we could say no mode, none for the answer, or we could say null set. Do not say 0. That would be incorrect. 0 is a number. We have a null set. So if you're saying to yourself, self, which one should I use? Which average is best? Well, it all depends. If we're talking about qualitative data, use the mode. If we're talking about quantitative data, there's two choices. The mean, unless the data contains outliers. Think of what the mean does. It's the average. If you put an extreme value, it's going to change that average. So without outliers, it's the mean. With outliers, so when those extreme data pieces are there, use the median. So you try. Which one would be best for each scenario? Average t-shirt sizes of American women. It's qualitative. It's mode. Average salary for professional team of baseball players. Median, because there could be extreme salaries for some of the big guns. Average price of houses in a subdivision, and the key word here is similar. Nothing outlandish or different. They're all relatively the same. You would use the mean.